Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now take a look at this. This is my kitchen knife. And let me tell you, it's gotten so dull that it's actually driving me crazy. I mean, just look at this. It can't even make a scratch on this piece of paper. After a long and exhausting day at work, having to cook dinner with a knife like this, well, I'm sure many of you know exactly how frustrating that can be. And not every home has a sharpening stone lying around, right? But don't worry, because in today's video, I'm going to show you a super clever trick to sharpen your knife. Best of all, the materials we'll use are really easy to find, maybe even already in your home. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. Now, let's talk about lighters. Those little guys are in almost every household, aren't they? And when they run out of gas, I bet most of you just throw them away. But after watching this video, I'm pretty sure you'll think twice before tossing them out. First, I'm going to remove the flint from an empty lighter. Because it's so tiny, I'll use a pair of needle nose pliers to make this step easier. It's actually not that hard to take out the flint once you know how. Most lighters have a flint wheel assembly, which includes one flint and two small side wheels. We won't be needing the wheels for this project, so I'll go ahead and remove them with the pliers as well. By the way, I'm really curious. Where are you watching this from? Drop your country in the comments below. And if the subtitles aren't in your language yet, just head over to Settings, choose Subtitles, and select the language that suits you best. For today's project, we'll need two flints. I already have one ready here, so I'll just grab another to complete the pair. Next, we're going to use two rivets. DIY fans like you and me are probably no strangers to these handy little pieces. They're going to play a key role in building our knife sharpener today. I'll start by sliding the two flints into one of the rivets and set that aside for a moment while I get the second rivet ready. A rivet usually has two parts, the head and the shaft. For the second rivet, we're only going to use the head. Now I'll attach the head of the second rivet to the first rivet that's already holding the two flints. This will lock the flints tightly in place. Don't forget to use your pliers to give the rivet head a firm squeeze, so it doesn't come loose. And there you have it. Our homemade knife sharpening tool is ready to go. Pretty simple and compact, right? But you're probably wondering how we actually use it. Don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. To use this little tool, we'll need a power drill. I'll insert the rivet piece into the chuck, just like I would with a regular drill bit. Once I power it on, the sharpener will start spinning smoothly. I'll then gently place the knife blade into the narrow gap between the two spinning flints, sharpening the edge vertically. As you can see, this flint sharpener allows me to sharpen in a straight line, or with just a slight angle if needed. By guiding the knife into the narrow slot between the two flints, I've essentially locked in the sharpening angle. I don't need any jig or holder, and I don't have to rely on guesswork or feel like in traditional sharpening. This helps maintain a consistent angle and precise edge throughout the entire sharpening process. Sharpening the knife vertically like this ensures that both sides of the blade are evenly ground. This creates a sharp, balanced cutting edge and helps reshape the knife when it's become too dull. However, that's just step one. This vertical sharpening is only the rough grind. It's meant to reshape the edge and balance the blade evenly on both sides. Next, we move on to step 2, angled sharpening. This is where the real magic happens, giving your knife that perfect razor-sharp edge. First, I'll get a roll of double-sided tape and wrap a strip of it around the head of my drill. Make sure to be precise when cutting the tape. Both ends should just meet. If you cut it too short, there'll be a gap, and that could throw off the balance while sharpening. On the other hand, if the tape overlaps, one end will stick out and mess with the sharpening angle, making your blade less sharp, or worse, not sharp at all. Now, here I have a sheet of P800 sandpaper, made in Japan. This will be our main sharpening tool for this stage. Using a ruler and a pen, I'll mark out a strip that's about 13 to 15 centimeters long and 2 centimeters wide, just enough for what we need. Once I've marked it, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Do you use sandpaper often? Out there on the market, there are tons of different types with varying grit levels. Each one has its own use, but for knife sharpening, I find that P800 is just right. It's fine enough to polish while still having bite. Once cut, I'll stick the sandpaper around the double-sided tape on the drill head. Try to align it as neatly as possible. If there's any excess sticking out, just trim it off. And just like that, we're ready to sharpen. First, we need to wet the sandpaper. That's very important. Then, turn on the drill and hold the knife at a slight angle, somewhere between 15 and 17 degrees, and start sharpening. Remember, after a short while, stop and re-wet the sandpaper. This step is absolutely essential. When the sandpaper is wet, the blade glides more smoothly, preventing that jerky, scratchy feeling in your hand. The result? A cleaner grind and a sharper edge. In addition, as you grind, tiny metal shavings mix with sandpaper dust and form a black paste known as sharpening mud. If there's no water, this mud will clog the abrasive surface, reducing its effectiveness. But with water, the mud gets washed away, keeping the sandpaper clean and sharp. Once we're done sharpening, the knife will be wet from the water we sprayed, so just wipe it dry with a cloth, and then it's time to test it out. First up, let's try slicing that piece of paper, the same one this knife couldn't even scratch earlier. And wow, look at that clean cut. So much sharper now, wouldn't you agree? Thank goodness, I can finally go back to slicing tomatoes for dinner tonight. Just a quick reminder, though, always wash the knife thoroughly before using it to cook. Food hygiene and safety are always top priorities, whether you're a professional chef or just cooking for your family at home. So there you have it. We turned the flint wheel from a disposable lighter and a small strip of sandpaper into a super effective knife sharpening tool. Incredible, isn't it? Here at Hack and Craft, we believe that even the smallest things around your home can become everyday heroes when used creatively. Try out this tip and show us how sharp your knife turns out. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you never miss another awesome DIY idea. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.